What's up, y'all? It's Lone Wolf. So today I'm going to be doing some work on the Jeep. We're going to do an ignition switch, and we're going to do a rear passenger door lock actuator. So I got this from A1 Premium, pretty solid, and got this one from Amazon. All right. So some symptoms you're going to have when these go bad. Okay, I'll kind of show this along the video, but with your ignition switch, if you are able to turn your key all the way on, you have power, but the starter will not engage, chances are you have a problem with this thing. One way you can test it is putting a crack in your starter relay. Put your key to the on position and push the tab that's on the starter relay, and it will turn over and start. And a lot of times these ignition switches, they will start one day and then they won't start the next. It'll start one time and it won't start. When it's going out, you know. Okay, sometimes they just don't work and you have to fiddle with it. So with this, they're very easy to do. All right, so we're gonna get started real quick. I'm gonna pull this piece right here completely off. All right, exposes these bolts here. And pull this out. Okay, over here, let's grab some tools. Again, I hope you guys have been well. I've just been busy as heck right now, so got one here. Okay. What do we got over here? One right here. Okay. One right here. Okay. Screw right here, okay? So it's a Phillips screw in the side. Pull it down. There's the hardware. Stick it in the seat. So now, the next thing that needs to come out is this one screw right in there, okay? That one can be a bit of a pain to get out. It's a 7mm, okay? Okay, we're out. 7mm bolt, okay? This side here, the top, pull right out. Okay. Sorry, I'm smoking a cigar while I'm doing this. It's a little bit different. But generally, you want to disconnect your battery for this too. I'm not going to. I don't feel like it. You have bolts on the top, and those bolts right there, you can go around them. So you can either take this part out or you don't have to. So you can take it like this, and stretch it up and over like that, and you can see, okay? So you got two clips, and there's a security bit there. So that security bit is a specific bit that you need. They sell it at Harbor Freight for like $5 for a set of them. I'll kind of show you. It's a Torx 10 security bit. So that's what you're looking for, okay? One hand on the wire, okay? Push. Like that. Pull. There's one. Maybe you can see. I don't know what you can see right now. So on the other side of the camera, homie. So you're gonna want to lift right back here, okay? Lift like so, and then pull your. You can push down on it too. So you can push down on it like this, push, and pop out, okay? So you got both out, one security bit right there. Yeah, I hope you guys have been good. I just got back from Mexican food. Kind of enjoying my time, getting stuff done, but we got one right here, okay? Actually, something I will tell you about the ignition switch in these. Don't bother opening them up and cleaning them. That is the first thing I did with this before I ordered a new one. Is I pulled it open and I cleaned the contacts and threw it back in. I had major problems. It still was doing it probably about 10, probably like 1 out of 10 times, 2 out of 10 times. So I was still having to start it from the engine bay, okay, from the starter relay. So what I did was order a new one. I did notice that the shifter lights will go out if this starts to go bad on you. I noticed that. It was something that I figured out through it. So you got a Torx 10 security bit with a little hole in the middle, okay? So you gotta turn it. Don't break these bits. They're cheap, but I mean, don't break them. They're really valuable to have when you're working on ignition and you're working on different things. They come in handy once in a while. So Harbor Freight, like $4.99, $5.99 from the drill section. You can find them in a little red pack. Come in this little rubber red pack. So they come in handy though when you're doing ignition switches and this and that. On Jeep they use them. A lot of Chrysler, Dodge they use them. So a lot of different cars use the security bits. So okay. So when you're doing this one, you want to pay attention to, once you pop this out, so pull this harness out of the way a little bit. You're going to want to pop that out, okay? So you see which direction that's facing and you see which direction that's facing. You want to make sure that this is lined up how it's facing in there. So you'll see like this. See how that's facing a different way? So you're going to put it in the way that that's going to turn. So the way that you can do that, okay, is if you take your key and you stick it into an on position like this. A lot of people take the batteries off for it, but you can see they turn, okay? So when you're putting this in, you want to install it the way it's sitting in there and move it to the off position, okay? So you're going to do it like this. We're going to see if we can stick you up here again. Once again, I don't know if you can see anything from this angle, but we're going to see, alright? So we got this. We're facing back, so we're going to be facing backwards like this. So we need to make sure that our half moon lines up, okay? So when we turn it, we go in this way, okay? Okay. Now it just dropped in. What I did to do that was I jiggled this key back and forth to get that to line up, okay? So it's, now I'm in the off position. So I just turned it to off, it's back in on. So all the way to off position once you have it installed, okay? Okay, so you're gonna set it up in there. Get your set screw tight, okay? So set that thing in there straight so we're good. Alright. Just like that. Tight, tight, tight. What I may do after this video is open up the old one and show you guys how they work. But to be honest with you, I saw one dude that he rebuilt his as well, and he said it wasn't worth it. He went through a lot of trouble. I sanded my contacts down and ran dielectric grease, and it still works. It still has problems, okay? So I would recommend just direct replacement. Don't even screw around, dude. Just get it done. It's really not a big deal. So before you put this back in, you want to run this one, okay? Well, you can run this one first if you want to. So, okay, hear sound. Okay, plugged in, okay? Next. Okay, all the way off, keys out. Okay, before you do this, make sure you bring this back down, okay? Like that, back underneath, there. This up top, and this here, you want this up and under, okay? That's important. When you reinstall this, make sure this flap goes underneath this, okay? Okay. So going up top, this way. Alright, this has to go in. Flip it. On up and top, okay. Make sure this snaps back together like this. Okay. Okay. So we're good there. We're in. Next one. Good. finished up our ignition switch. Turn it over. Good to go. Okay. On to our next one. Our door actuator. So I posted a video about a starter relay glitch in this car. If your ignition switch goes out, I recommend that you watch that video. It's a short that I put on YouTube. You can stick it in the onmost position and you can start it from there. So if your car will not, so your Jeep will not start in a parking lot, okay? You can't start it, it'll turn all the way over, it's got no power, but it won't click, no starter, nothing, okay? If you switch your horn relay for your starter relay, if that doesn't work, you put a crack in the back of the starter relay that faces the front of the vehicle, okay? And you can push a tab in there that will cause that starter relay, it'll bypass your ignition switch, okay? So if your ignition switch goes out, you can still start your car, okay? It's a way to avoid a tow fee. It's a way to keep yourself going, you know, just in case, just until you get another one. We're gonna do our door lock actuator, and I'm gonna show you the symptoms to this, okay? When this goes out, you'll lock it. It won't lock, but you can close it. That sound, okay? That sound is a door lock actuator, okay? They go bad, especially in Jeep, okay? What I'm gonna do is pull this Phillips out, okay? Pull it out of here. So, as we go around, pop clips, okay? You can see them in there, those white clips. Pull them out, okay? So what I used in here was a T15 or T20 bit on an extension. Now you can pop it, okay? Here's the thing. Your door lock actuator sits way in here, okay? Right there. You can see on the outside, these three are what go to these here. So you need to be able to get these out too. Those are Torx bits. So, first things first, okay? You can see the door, it hangs on to these in here, okay? So it hangs on to the inner and also hangs on to the door handle there, okay? So you need to be able to dislocate all those. The bars are the hard part in this, okay? They're extremely tough to finagle them out. So, we know one thing is this also comes with extra bar clips. So probably one for there and there and there. So we look, the bars need to go up in there the way they came out. So first thing I would do is pop these like that. Push up. Okay, push up and out, okay? So for these, you need to pick them up. You'll just take the tension off the door. So pick up the door. Okay, right on the back. Push them up now, okay? Push the tab down, okay? And pull. Now, you only need to pull this back a little bit, not very much, okay? Have your bars hanging in there. So, there's one that goes to the door, the handle on the outside, okay? So what you're going to do is there's also wiring that goes to it. So, the best way to handle this right here is grab a 30 bit, okay? Bit. Okay. And just a little bit more. See how that comes out. Okay. Got 3 more bolts sitting right there, okay? So this will now move a bit. But you need to get that bar out of that white piece right there, okay? Now how do you do that? Well, you can try pulling up on it. You try and dislocate it. So you can try and pull up and out. One way you can do that is by using like a 90-degree pick, something like that, where you can actually get some pull on it, okay? generally they will push out for you, but when it's stuck on there, it's really hard to get that bar in and out, okay? So this is the challenging one. See, pop with the pick. Pop it with the pick, pull this right out, okay? This right here, you're gonna pull it directly out, okay? Now once you got that, you can see a connector. So, connector, push in, use a pick like this, okay? If you can't pinch this and pull it out, stick something behind it right here, and you can get a little bit of leverage to pop that up and over. So you can put a pick back there if you need to. There, we're out. Let's pull this out. You know it's going like this with the bars, okay? So one thing you want to look at is where's your screw set, okay? When you look at this way, and you see that screw, okay? You want to make sure it's sitting in the same exact place as that one is. So we're going to tighten this one up right. We're going to tighten this one up about right there. You see how it is? Okay. Generally this Allen wrench is an Allen 4, okay? So just tighten it up. You don't need to shoot it in all crazy like, but just enough where it's not moving. So if you have spare clips that come with these from A1 Premium. So if you break that, you have a spare right here. The red one, if you break it off of here, you've got a spare one, okay? You've got spares you can work with just in case you snap one of these and you are pretty much in deep crap. A lot of people, when they order some of these, they don't come with spares, and they break something and they're heading to the junkyard to try and pry one out of a freaking door handle, okay? So this is the easy part, okay? So it comes to this, we're going to disassemble this, okay? So pop this one out, okay? And you want to do it like this, so you know which way it's facing, okay? So we're going to set it like that. We're going to pop the first one straight over to the other one, okay? Straight over, just move them right over, okay? Okay, so move it right over to the new one. We're gonna get some room, click it into place, okay? There's one. Okay, so you got that. You're gonna peel the case off of this thing, okay? Like so. Set that out of the way. Now you have access to both bars. So we're going to bring it down here, set this on the ground so we can see, okay? This bar here, we're going to push out. Okay. So we're facing this way. Okay. Let's push that bar out, pull up, stick this bar in, like so, okay? Right in how you got the other one. Okay. Snap that clip like that, okay? This purple one sitting right here. This purple one right here. You want to push it out of the clip. Okay. And then this one, it's going to be this one right here. So we're going this way. So what I did was, you can see that the holes are a little different for the yellow and the purple on the existing, so I took the existing clip, okay? I did this for a reason, because I'm not bored out enough for this. I can simply do it like this, where I pop it through, okay? Just slip, snap, and we're good, okay? So we're in there. So what I did, and this is just maybe a review, is this clip that went to the yellow for the new one was not bored out enough, so I couldn't use it, okay? So I ended up not using that, and I ended up using the purple one, so that's kind of how it went. Okay, so push as far as I can there, okay? Alright. Okay, so what I did first was I lined up these with the bolt holes first, okay? And I did this for a reason, because it gives you a point of reference. So you're not struggling trying to get everything in there. You just thread them in a little bit, okay? So you got some room to wiggle. First things first, I plugged in the connector before I even put it in the door, okay? So you've got that piece there. You're going to pick it up. You're going to slide it in the door. You're going to push, okay? Okay, so we're in there. I'll take this white clip right here, and you're going to slide it down. Down, snaps, okay? So we've got the door to the actuator done. Now, from here, you take your Allen 4, okay? Oh, hold on. Okay. So from here, you take your T27, T30, whatever fits it. This is actually a T30, but I put a T27 in it, so it's a T30. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. That side's done there. Fixed. I probably could have reused one of these clips to fit the old one in there, but I just took the old one out. You can save the clips from these, which I would recommend. So before you can this, save as many clips as you can, okay? It's just advice for me, just in case you need them later. You can have them break in there, and it's better than buying a whole new door actuator, going to the yard. You already have spares. So okay, so this is sitting upwards like this, okay? So next, we're going to take our door, okay? Be careful with these. You don't want to screw them up. So you'll notice in the door you still have a couple of them sitting there. These ones were put in here by somebody else that's probably screwing around and put different clips in, but didn't want to go online and buy them. So I'm going to buy new Jeep door clips. Whatever, it's cool. So first things first, your blue connector underneath, okay? Stick this back in. Okay, you're in. This side, right here. Keep your door up and keep it level with the sticks, okay? This one goes down below. So look at where down below and up above based upon that, okay? One that reaches farther is going to be your back one. So, reach up and in there, okay? In. Okay. Flip. This one here. Make sure you don't tangle those bars either, okay? Just pull it back, in, all the way around, clip it, seat it in, okay? So we're good to go. Now, we're gonna set this right here. Okay. Okay, so your main, what's holding your door on is this Phillips screw, a Torx 20 in here, and a whole bunch of clips that go around the outside. Somebody put in a bunch of push pin clips, kind of stupid. I'm going to end up redoing them and putting new clips in. The door's fastened and looks good since then, okay? So what we're going to do now, okay, is since we got that done, before we clean up, we're going to wash the door here, okay? So hit unlock, okay, lock, good to go. No sound, no nothing. We're good. So you can use a myriad of tools to get it done. There is a screw for the cover on the door lock. I don't recommend putting these back on. Just pitch them, get rid of them. They're really not, they're worthless, okay? So keep your extra clips. before you get rid of these, I recommend you take these out. You take them out and you keep them. A pair of needle nose pliers, you pull it, and just pop them right through. Keep those extra clips. You may need them in the future. You may have a door handle that that the clip breaks, so like the outside or inside door handles may break, and it's because your clip slipped out and it snapped and something happened. Maybe they got old and brittle. A lot of times when these get to like 300K, sometimes they last, sometimes they don't. I just keep spares just in case. So until next time, Lone Wolf, peace out.